Good evening, beautiful beings. This is Gypsy Jess, and I am coming to you with an evening reading here. You'll see I have some of my sage smoking over here. I lit it, and it really turned into like a strong smolder, so I feel like this is going to have something to do with clearing. A heavy clearing of, negative energies in the atmosphere. Well, we'll see what comes through. I hope you guys are having a lovely evening, day, morning, whenever you find this. Readings are always timeless, and you'll find them exactly when you need to hear them. So while I shuffle here, go ahead and take a nice big deep breath. Relax and allow any images, animals, songs, goddesses, anything that might come through as a signal for you that this is indeed a message that you should ground into your awareness. Just a little something that helps, but of course if it resonates, then it is in fact for you. So let's give one more big shuffle here. Oh, getting very itchy all of a sudden. It's strange. Maybe a little irritation. Oh, all of a sudden my face got really itchy right there. Keep in mind everything that happens during the reading is part of the reading. So something that happens there while you're listening to this, or if you get any interruptions, sounds, just take that as further confirmation message. The universe loves to talk to us. It's just a matter of listening. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Spirit, what is that you're trying to get to come through tonight? All right. 4 of coins in reverse. Two of wands. Ooh, thank you. Page of Swords. Love it when they fly out like that. Got a little hawk and blue jay. Now, blue jay came out the other day. If you're looking for signs. Magician. Owl there for signs. If I take a meeting a minute, you'll notice I touch the cards quite a bit. I'm just trying to connect to what's coming through. Immediately I get all this light coming through, and each card an illumination, an awareness. The symbols there, they almost look like runes. A new language. This little Page of Swords. New truth. 2 of wands. Journey. Oh, something almost popped out there. Spirit, tell me more here. The writing on the wall. Strength in reverse. Let's see if I can get all these in the shot there. I'm getting a man, definitely a male energy, who's struggling to come to terms with a personal truth. And definitely a choice. What is this personal truth? I feel like this personal truth, coming to terms with this personal truth, is going to require someone to go down a path that they're not completely sure they want to go down. Spirit, show me more. Now my sage is starting to slowly smolder out there. It was really burning when we were starting. So, oh, there we go. Ace of Wands. Fiery, beautiful Ace of Wands there. Which is very appropriate for the magician. Right, his magic wand. You know, we're gonna... Actually, that feels right. That feels right. There it is. Wands, action, magician, 1, 1, 11, 11, 11. So I'm getting a spiritual journey having to do with the heart and the intuition. Someone who has been out of balance, but is coming into balance with a personal truth, but still manifesting strength to go on this journey. They have the power. There's also a dragon coming through there. At least I'm looking at it as a dragon. One could say a phoenix as well. It's very strong. With the 1111 there, I'm getting just a very strong spiritual journey. Someone at the beginning of an awakening who's cleared a lot of karma. That's why I feel like this was smoking really heavily when I started. And now that's starting to fade, the fog is starting to fade, and this little baby truth is coming through, but this person's still manifesting the strength to move forward on this new journey, this inspired action. But they see the writing on the wall. They see the truth. But still manifesting strength to become this lion. This king. Why is this person struggling to manifest the strength to go on this journey? Very well could be an inner journey here, coming to terms with one's own, I want to say inner demons, but it definitely feels like someone who they themselves have been out of balance. But they're beginning to see the light here. Spirit, why is this person struggling? Struggling to get the strength here. What's standing in their way? Three of Coins in reverse. Collaboration. Perhaps this is an unwillingness to collaborate with other people, With 3, that's an Empress, and we have the female energy. So this could be a partner or one's own inner feminine energy. So I definitely feel like this is, you could be a female watching this, you know, trying to balance out your own masculine, feminine energies. Definitely more in the masculine, but more than anything, with all the men here on the table, getting that this is a masculine individual. This could be someone in your energy. This could be you as a man watching this, right? But you could be a feminine body that, you know, resonates with a more masculine energy. But either way, this inner journey, this is an inner journey. And this is where this strength is struggling to come in, is the strength to collaborate. Which is why it was out of balance before. We have 4 of coins here, 3 of coins. This is someone who doesn't want to work with others. Maybe a little hyper independent. Also might not be listening to their own intuitive guidance, but definitely getting a masculine energy coming through. So can I get one more card on this strength, this unwillingness to collaborate? Because this is 3 of coins over the strength, I really, in the feminine there, I'm getting that this might be an unwillingness to cooperate with a female, maybe a female in their life, to come to terms, but more so I'm getting inner feminine. This is someone who's out of balance with themselves. That thinks they can just work through this, grind through this in this outer world. But this appears to be, I'm just getting an inner journey. Ooh. Yeah. And the 1 of coins in reverse here. To make that initial investment. See, and there's it looks like a lion there. No, that's a buck. Yeah, so much masculine energy here. Someone who is unwilling to make this initial investment and cooperate. So that's where all of these are coming. That's what's preventing this from taking place. This little black tourmaline that was sitting there. Interesting, so I felt inclined to look at the bottom of the deck there. And 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups. And there it is again, 3 and 3. And it's got the 3 women there, and they almost look like the, you know, different color, the 3 fairies and Cinderella. I'm gonna grab another deck. Because right now, I don't know if you can see that there. Oh, see, it's starting to smoke up again. So this could very well be karma attached to multiple options. Someone who doesn't want to make an investment in a relationship, who doesn't want to put in the work, right? Doesn't want to make that investment, doesn't have the strength to do so, or isn't finding the strength to overcome some bad, I'm gonna say bad habits here. And this very well could be drinking, it could be seeing multiple women, or someone who's, you know, struggling to make a choice between multiple women. These women all look very happy there. This can become a distraction from doing inner work, because inner work is what I was getting there. I'm gonna use some oracle cards, or some Kipper fortune telling cards, to see if we can get a little bit more clarity. And here comes the smoke again, clearing that karma. someone could very well be manifesting some negative karma right now through their actions, right? Their passion is being directed towards some of the, I want to say, not the wrong things, but definitely distracting things. Here, in blows my sage. And these women can very much be, they could be friends, they could be lovers, they could be family members. I'm getting more friends and lovers though. Now, mind you, they're also, you know, very dressed in spiritual colors. Here we've got blue and purple, like a lavender, purple, and white. You know, these aren't lower chakra colors. These are higher chakra. This is throat chakra, intuition, pure spirit. So they're higher level females. Doesn't want to drink from the cup. So this could very well be integration of like that feminine self. Like I said, someone who doesn't want to go on the journey, who's not wanting to do the spiritual work, is just grinding out here in 3D. Ooh. Community. 10, 11, another 11, 11, 11. It's a little couple there. 11, 11, 11. Spiritual community. Okay. All right. Let's get more. Okay. So this is someone, spiritual self, who is blocking themselves from going. This is what it is. Okay. There we go. So really, yes, someone who is identifying their own spiritual balance, who historically has been out of balance with this aspect of themselves. And we can call it a feminine aspect, but spiritual aspect, but is at the beginning of this own personal truth. And this is, I'm really getting a man. I'm really getting a man. And who hasn't been going down this journey for a lack of strength, a lack of willingness to collaborate. But this community for collaboration is available. But like I said a minute ago, won't drink from the cup. At least not the cup of spirit. See if we can scooch that up for you. Cup of spirit. And you know, cup spirit is also cup of emotions. There's a lot of earthly, you know, we've got a lot of coins on the table, a lot of earth and action and spirit. I mean, this is a very powerful spiritual person here. Ooh, excuse me. 11, 11, 11. 11. So much spirit. I feel like the universe has really been in this person's face. Really been in this person's face, but they're really afraid to take this journey, to step down this path. And getting with a matching community, I think will help. That collaboration will help kind of empower these higher aspects of self, intuition, personal truth, right? He's still the page here. And then pure spirit. Okay, one more. Okay. Journey. Yeah, 10, journey. Journey, that's what's being blocked here, right? Right up here, 2 of Wands, the journey. That's what's being blocked. A fear of going on this journey. 1, 1. They want to. Definitely have the power to. You know, he's got his bags packed. He's aware of his power and beginning to become aware of his truth. Still is a little out of balance though. So finding a like-minded community will definitely help. But before I heard, won't drink from the cup. Emotions and spirit. So this could very well someone that's, you know, like not about the Kool-Aid, right? They're like, oh, that mumbo jumbo. Just flipped over here. Adjudication, 3. Again, 3. 3, justice. Well, 30. So 3, Empress, justice. Balance with, you know, their feminine self, the Empress. And there she is, right? The female, male. And this could be, I mean, in a more 3D realm, this could be signaling a divorce, right? A fear of going through this. Could be someone going through a legal situation that's blocking it, but I'm getting a lot more of feminine aspects of selves because we got 3, 3, that strength card. An imbalance of the feminine aspects of self. Even the Judge kind of looks bored here. Not really listening, not willing to. It's kind of like, yeah, whatever. And that's why he's out of balance. Because there's these 2 pieces of himself. You know, for some people listening to this, this may be, you know, a community opinion, we'll say, that is maybe having some thoughts about a divorce or a legal situation. Very well could be. Right? And this could be a matter of branching out on a new journey here from that particular marriage, or and even institution. Even institution. Let me get one more from the Kipper deck here. But more so aspects of self and personal truth. I really feel like this person has to find a like-minded community to help with this. He's just not hearing it. He's not having it. He's not hearing this feminine aspect of self. Wants to do it on his own. Doesn't want to collaborate with others in that way. Give me one more, please. Marriage. Okay. So, 3 again. This could very well, okay. This could very well be a marriage gone awry. Strength, coins, investment. But it can also be someone who's afraid to take that step, a step into marriage, who wants to go down this journey, this passionate new beginning, manifest this life, and that's part of his personal truth. But maybe there's some aspects of the community that don't agree with this. And like I said, this could very well go the other way of that and be a divorce. So take it how it resonates with you. That'll be for some, not for others. That'll be for some, not for others. I'm gonna grab, let's see here, a couple more. We're gonna go Spirit of the Wheel. So a couple different things here. And now see how that's all burnt out. At the beginning, this was very much a fire. Heavily smoking, heavily clearing. Strength to overcome maybe some community restrictions here, but for whatever reason, this person is being blocked currently from going down this journey, this path. And in one way or another has something to do with marriage or divorce. I guess I could go either way. But this person is still out of balance. Definitely out of balance within themselves. And hasn't quite found the strength to invest on this new journey. To collaborate with a particular feminine energy, 3-3, master number there. 3 is also the Empress, mind you. A fear of unwillingness, or a fear of investing in a particular Empress energy. And may very well be distracted by the current community around them. Wine women. But because this particular card shows these higher colored aspects of self, not, spirit, I'm really getting that this is, finding a supportive community. One that, and integrating these higher aspects of self. Not all this 3D action. This is someone who's just trying to overcome things by working more, working on it. Contemplation, messages, deliberation. Yeah, who's still thinking about this? Thinking about this whole situation, but that's not taking action yet. Wants to take action, but doesn't know how. Hasn't found the strength because they're out of balance. Out of balance emotionally. But when you're out of balance emotionally, that is, an aspect of balancing your own inner knowing, your inner feminine knowing. And sometimes part of that is finding the right spiritual community. This may be a church. This may be a meditation group. But sometimes we need the right supporters around us to move forward, or find the courage to move forward. Support is important. That one just blew up, fell on the ground. Let's see here. Inner power, true self potential, 4. Yeah. Got these kind of like white birds, hawk, feathers. Mental clarity, awakening, beauty, butterfly, clan. Okay, so I really feel this is someone who understands and knows how powerful they are, right? Who maybe even is thinking about pursuing or going into a marriage with someone, going on this journey. But that is lacking like a spiritual support, a spiritual community support. They're going through an awakening and getting this mental clarity, right? Their truth, it's still quite young, still coming out, but it's beginning to understand his inner power, his true potential as the magician and the life that he can create. But is still contemplating and deliberating what he wants, what that looks like, especially with these two, you can't really see them very well, these 2 lavender cards down here, right? That intuition, following his own knowing. We got butterfly, transformation. And, this could very well be part of something that's, it's awakening, it's still going through that transformative process, integrating those truths. But that's what's important about having a supportive, especially spiritual community around. When you start awakening to things that your everyday friends maybe aren't used to discussing or really have no knowledge of themselves, it's easy to get laughed at or have your family laugh at you or mock you. But so finding the right sort of support is important. That's what gives us the strength to harness our true potential our inner power and become the best versions of ourselves, our truest versions of ourselves. But on the other end of this, so that's going to be for some. For some, I feel like this is a matter of a divorce ending, and part of that blocked strength piece is lack of support from a spiritual community to take this independent journey, right? Because maybe this person isn't particularly happy and they're afraid of walking away from it because of what other people would think, right? They don't have the support, and that's part of their own personal transformation. That's their journey that they have to take. That's for some, not for all. To grab, I want a little bit more clarity here. I'm going to grab from the Priestess of the Light. I know this is coming out kind of slowly tonight, but really I think that's a matter of, this is what this person's thinking about. Slow and steady, a little unsure. They know they want to go on this journey, but just haven't made the steps. And I do think a good portion of it is about support. Support from the right community. Not really knowing what that looks like. Telepathy, transmission, perception, communication. 22, 4, 4. Also wolves there. So another aspect of this could very well, so there are many spiritual gifts, right? And when you're awakening spiritual gifts, and you start to understand that you know, these things are real, being able to communicate. Some people hear spiritual voices, they see things, auras, for example, spirits. These are very real gifts. And it can be scary when they start to come online, and that's part of awakening, is realizing it and learning it. So like I said, when it comes to a support within a community, if someone's particular person, I'm getting this particular person, like this part of the journey is their gifts are coming online, right? Their divine gifts, telepathy, ultra, you know, kind of a heightened perception, ability to communicate being one of them, and not knowing who to talk to about this, right? And that's where that strength to move forward, maybe developing these gifts. So if you are listening to this, just know that, you know, if you are getting lots of signs or synchrony, like you're hearing a song at the right moment, or you're hearing something kind of outside yourself, that can very much be a gift. And if it scares you, you know, pray, right? Because there's other things that can get involved. And but I find for myself, when I get nervous or I feel like there's things around me that shouldn't be there, just pray. Spiritual protection is the best way to really ground that and ensure that who's communicating with you is of the highest light. You know, our angels, our guides, guardian angels. But spiritual gifts are very much real. And learning how to use them can be quite scary sometimes. I know when I was younger, there was a lot of things that happened to me and things I heard sometimes. And I was scared of it for a very long time until my relationship with God grew. Recognition, 4, 4, 4. So 13, 4, 22, 4. Precognition, psychic ability, future vision. What did I just say? This is someone who's got all sorts of spiritual gifts that are coming online. And this is the fear of the journey. So for some with this marriage over here, this is, I'm also going to say like a spiritual marriage, someone that they feel connected to, that they want to marry. But while this is one thing over here, right now this person's faced with a very real awakening and realization of their spiritual gifts. And they're still finding strength to come to terms with these gifts and the community that might mean for them, a change in their community, right? Because that's hard, right? Especially when you have people around you that you like, you love. But so precognition, this is a psychic knowing, seeing the future, telepathic gifts, but definitely someone who's awakening to their own spiritual gifts. And like I said, wants to go on this journey, but still is somewhat being blocked to it because there's still a lot of balance, right? This is a new truth, and that can be very scary. And it's okay. Just know that as you get more comfortable, as you come into these realizations, the right people will show up in your life. I know I just had some very recent surprises in terms of mentors that came up. One particular male one, actually, who's already taught me quite a bit. Let me get one more here, but definitely someone on a spiritual journey. And so also I grabbed the black tourmaline here, and this is about protection too, right? It's a great stone for personal protection and for grounding. So one way to come to terms with this and to help go on this journey is listening to meditations. There's lots of ones on YouTube, guided meditations that help you walk through, I'm sorry, my words are getting mixed up, help you walk through the process of grounding and putting on spiritual protection around you. But when things are coming online and you're not used to it, things start coming in that can kind of make you a little crazy, a little haywire. So finding means to ground yourself, whether that's, taking a nice hot bath and meditating. But a big one for this one's finding the right community to work with and speak to about these things. Get one more from this oracle deck. 44, this is divine masculine energy. This is a man. This is definitely a man. So Spirit, have one more, please. Just one more to confirm the message. Opening the heart, deep connections, water blessings. Okay, so really, and another 11, this is Spirit. Spirit's talking all day. So the thing with this is opening your heart to the gifts, to your own personal gifts. And all three of these cards are these beautiful, powerful priestess glowing. And part of that is integrating that female aspect of yourself, right? Females embody that divine spiritual knowledge. Historically, religion would like to make you believe that is a gift only reserved for men. Men are only, should be in the church and da-da-da-da-da. And that is not true at all. Women are the ones with the portal. We are the only ones with the portal between this world and the other. And we are what brings life in. We are more sensitive to that, more sensitive to those emotions, those feelings, but female energy is in everyone, male and female. It's slow and steady. Green and gold here. So this came up the other day, and just like this card, green and gold, this is an opening of heart and confidence, and slow and steady opening of the heart to this. That's where the progress is going to come in overcoming these fears. That is 3 of the feminine. So this is very much could be a spiritual couple too, like whether they're physically here or not, but the opening of this masculine to this journey, to this marriage, which is very much based on spirit here, and marriage and physical. and marriage and the spiritual, but that slow and steady integration of one's own feminine, inner feminine self is going to allow this heart to open to the spiritual gifts, the integration of these gifts. Integration of these gifts. Slow and steady wins the race. And allow those blessings to come in. Now those gifts. Allow your emotions to come into balance. Ground these feelings. And you know, with spiritual gifts that come, there can be a lot of emotions behind that. So men are much better at women, and this is just kind of the truth, at compartmentalizing, right? This happened, we're going to put it in the side, that's going to go in this box over here. You can only do that for so long. And in order to be in balance with, you know, oneself, it's allowing those boxes to sometimes merge and overflow, opening box. We're sticking, okay. Stretch those spiritual muscles. See, she's all beautiful and purple there. So try it out, test it. If you're like, yeah, whatever, mumbo jumbo, try something, you know. An easy one for telepathy, for example. People can feel when you're thinking about them, right? So maybe you outright practice this with someone. You know, I'm thinking of a color, and focus on that color or that tree or that memory. You know? And someone who's open to their own spirituality, not someone who's just going to laugh at you, someone who's going to really try this exercise with you. You know, think of something, focus on it. And then this other person, let them, you know, say what comes to mind. But the other person, you have to say what's the first thing that comes to your mind. And really be honest and open with that. And that's a great way to start. Little games with yourself. You know, what card is here, and focus on it and have it come up. I had a therapist that actually did a lot of these things with me and helped me realize how strong my intuitive gifts really were and helped me refine them in that way. And then when you do practices with different people, depending on where they're at, they'll be more or less clear, more or less open to their own gifts. And if someone's, you know, big into drugs and alcohol, this stuff really won't work with them. They're very blocked. They tend to be very blocked. But it changes our brain. But go ahead and slow and steady stretch those spiritual muscles and those gifts. Take a step, dip your toe into the water. And when you get scared or nervous, you know, meditate, say a prayer. Oop, there we go. Heat, flames, twin flames, spiritual message. So it could be the merging of two twin flames, which would allow that actual physical union, marriage, to come together. Because physical union can't happen between twin flames unless both people are in harmony with themselves, in balance with themselves. And this can happen nice and slow and steady. But that's also acknowledging, one, that it is in fact a spiritually based relationship, and that people with these special missions, these earth angels, have particular gifts, and opening your heart to those gifts and the responsibility that comes with it. And that's what harmonizing male and female aspects of self, and that's what allows you to come into physical union with your twin flame. Because for me, especially this one in this deck, this heat, these flames, is like very, because you can see the little hand behind the neck there. This is very much a twin card to me, twin flame card. The male aspect of it especially, because to me it's like the back of a man's back, and then you've got the cool waters, the feminine aspect, the female on the other side, yin and yang, fire and water. slow and steady integration, that's what's going to allow this to move forward. I like one more just because I'm greedy. Spirit, allow me to have one more. I do feel quite calm. I felt quite calm through this whole thing. Pardon me. Preservation, ego death. Okay. See the skull there? So we have a transformation. So with the death, right, of the world in the world here, this to me screams ego death. And the ego's job is to want to preserve itself. And that's the male mission, especially when twins meet and they're trying to come into union together. The female will very much likely go through a heavy, dark night of the soul, lots of challenges emotionally and spiritually. And the male will be that death of the ego, and a major ego death. All the things that they've historically grounded themselves on, how they look, how much money they make, the ideas, conditioned ideas of masculinity that society imbues in us. So this part for them is going to be the more challenging part. So slow and steady. So we've got an ego death, and that's where that deliberation between walking this path is still coming up, is because this masculine's still going through an ego death regarding the 3D, and this is very normal, very, very normal. Spiritually, psychologically, the ego wants to preserve itself. It's a natural protection mechanism. That's why we take on, the armors that we choose to take on, whether that be a fancy title for a job, a rank, a car. That's just ego's way of protecting itself in the physical, in the 3D form. But this is spiritual. This is spiritual gifts coming through, and coming to terms with a new aspect of that self requires that another piece of oneself dies to make room for this growth of the spiritual self. I heard mumbo jumbo, spiritual mumbo jumbo. And that's okay. That attitude will shift because this person knows. And this union that wants to take place over here will definitely be a motivating factor. But it can be hard because ego death, this will be a falling away of relationships and understandings and normal worldly desires. This might completely change the way someone looks at their life and what they want to do in the world. You go from being a CEO to being this earth angel. The CEO of Patagonia just sold his whole company. Just wants to protect the earth and live. That's a perfect example. Big awakening. So I hope this was helpful, whoever found this, but just know that this will come. Just be gentle with yourself, slow and steady. What you're going through is entirely normal. You are powerful beyond measure, my love. Don't be afraid to spread those wings. Slow and steady wins the race. Good night.